Welcome to Colmar, France, which is famous not only for being Harry Potter-like mixed with a heavy dose of Disney World. It's just beautiful, and it wasn't bombed during the Second World War, so it remains intact. But it's also very famous as the home of Frederick August Bartholdi, who designed and sculpted the Statue of Liberty that was unveiled in New York City in the harbor in 1886, 10 years after America's centennial. I wonder what we're going to do for the quadricennial, whatever, that quarter millennium. Okay, that's going to be a tough one to outdo. But of course, like every city in Alsace and every city along the Rhine River, there was a big Jewish community. They came here in the 12th and 13th centuries. Thank God they avoided the persecutions of the First and Second Crusades, because they only came after 1096 and after 1244. But you cannot have been a Jew then and escaped annihilation, persecution, and mass slaughter. And this community is no exception. They were completely massacred in the 14th century, in about 1386, after the Jews were falsely accused of poisoning the wells of Europe and spreading the Black Death. So they lived on Judengasse. That's in the old town. We'll show it to you. But with the French Revolution, there was this liberalization that took place, a liberalizing of laws, and the Jews were allowed to come back, and they came back. And in the 1850s, they built the Shul. Now, you have to ask yourself one question. How the heck did this Shul survive the annexation of Alsace by Hitler and the Germans in 1940, when France was defeated by the Germans in just 3 weeks? And this was not a place they occupied. They actually made it part of Germany. I don't know the answer to that yet. I have to find it out. I'm going to look it up. Was it used as a horse stable, which often happens, which is why it survived. But there is this incredible sign, and I'm not a speaker of French, and I want to ask someone, but the Republic of France, I think, pays homage to the victims and the persecutions and the racists and the anti-Semites and the crimes against humanity that were committed, not by the Nazis, by the government of France, 1940 to 1944. That's incredible. Now, why is that? Because the French were Nazi collaborators. The French, under its greatest hero, who became one of the most disgusting criminals of the 20th century, Marshal Philippe Pétain, set up the Vichy regime, where they were actual French collaborators and worked with Hitler and deported. The French deported 100,000 Jews, between 80 and 100,000 Jews from Paris. The French police, not the Gestapo, not the SS, they deported their Jews to Auschwitz. So who put this up? Was it the French government? I don't know. But that's quite an admission, if I'm reading it correctly. And this is a garden to the people who were murdered during the Holocaust, because all the Jewish community was annihilated here during the Holocaust. So this is a memorial to the Jews. And again, I'm not an expert in French. During the French occupation, the Nazi occupation of France, and this is connected with the names of, that are in the Yad Vashem of Yerushalayim, which is the foremost Holocaust museum in the world. They think of the women, men, who many of whom are anonymous, the persecutions of the anti-Semites, the camps of extermination. I think the people who fought back, and this was done by Simone Weil. Everywhere you go, around France, Germany, and Europe, they massacred Jews and slaughtered them. But still, Am Yisrael Chai. We're here. We're wearing our tzitzis. We're wearing our yarmulkes. We're brave. We're proud. We are forever.